Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and test fitting of a DIY guitar kit. I have built two kits over the past several years and did one parts caster, which I got like a pre-painted body because I hate painting guitars, but the other stuff is still kind of fun. So this video is being sponsored by, I guess, Stritch. They didn't ask for any specific things in the video. I just kind of told them what I wanted to do, the layout of the video and everything. And they were happy to send over this kit. If you don't remember, I did an unboxing and review as well as some maintenance videos on one of their Strat style guitars. This is their Strat style kit. So it comes in a box like this. Go ahead and open it up. It's shipped from Amazon. And you can get them for around, at least at the time of this video, $100 US, which is pretty good. Now, out of the box, I just want to see if everything fits, because that's the most important thing. And I'm going to check to see if the body should be like solid color painted, or if I like it, I might just do like a translucent or even just a satin finish and leave the body wood the way it is. It's supposed to be a mahogany body. Not sure exactly what species of mahogany. Some people call things mahogany that aren't really mahogany. And for $100, I can't expect it to be exactly what like higher grade mahoganies are. But if it's something that looks like mahogany, I'll take it. And the neck is supposed to be maple. The fretboard is supposed to be, I believe it's called HPL, which is some sort of like man-made laminate material. I would say similar to maybe Richlite. So let's go ahead and get you guys the top down on this so you can see what's going on here. Okay, so I took all the accessories out as well as the parts. You get them in a bag like this. You get a cable with a trem arm, some Allen keys. Pretty much every guitar, cheap or expensive, comes with like this exact same thing. Maybe without a trem arm if it doesn't need it. Here, I believe this is so you can tighten down the nuts for the tuners and the electronics, which honestly this is pretty cool. If it comes with every tool you would need, that would be awesome. I don't see a screwdriver, so you probably would need a screwdriver. And it comes with a cheap little string winder, which honestly I don't hate either. You know, they make nicer ones, they make crappier ones. This is fine. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the guitar. It looks like the pickguard is actually already kind of on it. And let's actually do a neck first. So I'm guessing this neck is going to be pretty much exactly the same as the one they sent, or same as the one that they sent on the guitar, just without their logo, which by the looks of it, it does look that way. I think it's smaller than that neck was. It does feel smaller in a nice way. The other one was quite chunky. I have another guitar over there from Amazon that cost $100 and it is really chunky. This feels like more of a medium carve. It's not chunky, it's not thin, it's right in the middle. We got pre-drilled holes for the tuners on the headstock there, as well as the actual, like, I'm guessing 10mm size holes. We have frets. It is like an HPL or man-made material fretboard, it looks like. This is kind of like my biggest gripe, is that fretboard material is very rough, so I'll probably try and sand that so it's a little bit smoother. But that's a good, cool thing about a kit. You get it, you do as much or as little work as you want, and you get a guitar out of it. So if you just want a guitar for $100 and you want the experience of putting it together, which honestly is not that bad, because if you're starting to play guitar, it's a good idea to learn how the things work. And then let's look at the body. Okay, so it does look like mahogany. Again, not sure what breed of mahogany it would be, but it certainly does look like it. And there's like a, I'm guessing manual we'll take a look at. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. And there's that body. It looks really nice. Got a nice solid switch. Pots all move. Pickguard is screwed down with one screw. So if you do want to get the pickguard off, you have to undo that screw. It's rough. It feels like it's rough sanded, probably around like 180 or 200 grit, if I had to guess. And it looks like we have a 3-piece or 2-piece body. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like a 2-piece. So we have The top part being one plank and the bottom part being another plank. We even have pre-drilled holes for like the strap buttons, which not all kits will do stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Neck pockets pre-drilled. The neck is pre-drilled. Everything is ready to go on this. And this was something I was worried about in the listing is I thought you'd have to solder on the claw, but it looks like the claw just clamps on. And the claw is pre-drilled. That's another thing you don't always see on kits. Stritch, you guys are doing a good job here. I mean, I might be biased because you guys sent it to me, but I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Let's go ahead and test fit the neck. Try and not get the plastic stuff in there. So there's a little bit of play, but not much. Honestly, I think that's perfectly fine. I like this body enough. I think we could probably go ahead and either stain it a color that's like translucent, or we could just finish it the way it looks, because it looks nice, but it just needs like to be sanded. The same goes for the neck. I think, you know, just a nice plain transparent satin finish on the neck would be good, or just a really nice sanding. Honestly, sometimes you don't even finish a neck, you just sand it to like 1,000 grit and it feels great. So that test fitting went pretty well. I'm very curious about the route that they do on the body, so I want to go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go ahead and get you a little bit more close up on that one. So here's the body, right? I want to know what kind of pickup route it is, because if you wanted to upgrade the pickups, and maybe you're an HSS person or an HSH or an HH, if it has like a swimming pool route, or sometimes they'll do a bigger like humbucker route here and a single coil in the middle. So let's find out. I said there was one screw in the pickguard. I lied. There's two. One here and one here. Not that it's going to be a big deal. We're just going to take it off. So it seems like everything is pretty good because you have quick connects for the electronics. Like the tools they give you and a screwdriver, you can put this together and be playing probably in a couple hours. Because I want to make sure that I'm going to like nicely sand the body and everything like that, I'm not going to put it fully together right now, but you definitely could if you wanted to. That is the screwdriver we need. Okay, so I really just want to see what's going on under this pickguard. And honestly, if you don't want to do like a spray paint like job on this, even with finishing work, you could probably get away with doing it in a day or two, a weekend. Let's see. Let's try and get that out without causing any issues. There you go. Here's the back of the pickups. Looks like it's a bar magnet on the bottom. We got some tiny, well, let's get you this camera. We got a bar magnets on the bottom of the pickups. We have some tiny like dime-sized pots, circuit board switch. Honestly, is that all great? No, it's $100. What do you expect? If it was perfect, that would be insane. If you saw, you know, quarter-sized pots on here with a normal switch with some like a Nico 5 magnet pickups, something like that'd be crazy. But you know what's great is it's a Strat. So you take the screws out. There's a bunch of sawdust around here. If you just take the screws off everything, you could put all that stuff in here. You probably get Fender parts, put it in this pickguard, and be fine. Will the guitar play like a Fender? Probably not. But if you know how to do your work on it, it shouldn't be bad. Some roughness on these holes where the bridge sits in, that'll definitely need to be cleaned up. And then let's go back over to that other camera. So I want to show you the route here. So we do have not a swimming pool route, but an HSH route. So if you wanted to throw in two humbuckers, or a humbucker single, or humbucker single humbucker, you definitely could. There's no reason why this body couldn't accommodate it. Other than there being some rough spots on the route and stuff like that, everything's fine. And honestly, you could clean this up pretty easily with some sandpaper. I don't see any imperfections other than looks like there's a small crack. I'm going to get you the top down. I can't really get you on that camera. All right, so there's a small kind of crack, not structural or anything, but where the neck pocket is. I can't really get it on camera here very well, but you can probably see just barely there. Very common on tons of guitars, expensive, cheap. You look how thin this is, and it's destined to have issues. It actually kind of looks like, I don't know how to show that either. So there's a little bit of a lip here that looks like it probably shouldn't have been left. It looks like maybe it should have been sanded off. And I feel like if I take that out, that will be able to fix it. I could do that with sandpaper or a chisel, and that would be fine. So yeah, everything looks good on the body. I'm not seeing, I mean, there's a couple of marks here and there, but once you sand it, I don't think any of those will be problematic. Let's take a look at the neck a little bit closer. So I doubt the frets are perfect. Like leveling and stuff is something you should plan on doing with one of these, because a kit is a learning experience. Fret ends are not sharp. One of the nice things about, there's one sharp one, like at fret 18. One thing that's nice about the HPL is it should not expand and contract in the weather. So once we like get it finely sanded, I would imagine that that's going to be pretty robust. The nut is probably super glued in or something, which is, I'm just saying that because there's some residue around here that looks like some super glue dripped out. And it's going from the nut into that, towards that cavity. That's not ideal. You never really want to use super glue on a nut. You want to try and use wood glue. And that's because super glue, especially on something like HPL, will just rip it completely out when you're trying to undo the nut and damage the fretboard. So if you did want to upgrade the nut, that would be a big problem. And it's a big problem in general because nuts are a part on the guitar that wears out. You know, you need to change your strings. That's like your oil change, I tell people. You need to change your frets. That's more like, you know, 60,000 mile maintenance on a car or something like that. You know, tires, you know, something a little bit more substantial. The nut is somewhere in the middle. Some people will never have to change the nut out. Some people will change it out every year or two, depending on how much the strings wear down the nut. How, you know, if you're using like elixirs or something coated, it could cause issues. So the fact that it looks like it's super glued in, not ideal, and that'll also have to be sanded out, so it's not a problem. But it looks fine. Otherwise, pick guard again. We got bar magnets, dime-sized pots, and a circuit board switch. Honestly, say what you want about a circuit board switch, that thing feels good in the hand. Okay, and I'm going to try and get this just back to where it was, because I will not start working on this until later in the week, probably. It's Monday, and I have classes later today, so I don't want to get caught up on this as a project until I can put adequate amount of time into it. I am going to keep the pick guard just kind of screwed on for now as well. It's not that hard to unscrew it, so. These screws don't seem to be slipping, which is good. Honestly, I was not expecting this to look like mahogany. I feel like a lot of lower end instruments tend to state things like, oh, mahogany, and then it's wrong. It's very possible this could be like Meranti, however you say it. But the pour pattern on this just doesn't seem deep enough for that to be the case. And it seems harder than that, which is good. Let's go ahead and open up this bag of goodies and see what we have here. We got our trem cover with screws. Perfect. We got our neck plate. We have a spacer or a bushing for the neck plate and our screws. If this is mahogany, you shouldn't need a bushing because mahogany is a hardwood. You won't have any problems with the metal denting the wood, theoretically. We have a trem with some screws, and the trem is using a very small block. what do you expect? $100. So that's not a huge deal. 6-point saddles. We have our claw with kind of like the other side of that kind of clamping slide, whatever mechanism for the solderless connection. We have an output jack, which has kind of come out of its baggie. Again, solderless, so it's all plug and play. You literally, I said an afternoon. You do this in an hour probably. If you're not worried about painting it or anything, you could do it in about an hour. Okay, we get a set of strings. I probably will not be using these. Just most strings that come with guitars or kits are not very good, and I have several sets that I keep around the house anyway. We have some tuners. I believe when I measured the stretch that they sent, so the Strat style model, the tuners they advertised them as 15-to-1, and I found that they were just slightly less than 15-to-1, so I put 14-to-1 on my scorecard. I'm assuming those will be roughly the same. We have some rubber bushings and strap buttons. Okay, and that is everything. Manual. I wonder if this is going to be detailed. Telling you how to put everything together. So check and identify parts. Did it. Spray painting, preparation, and completion. So it even gives you steps on spray painting, I think, based on that information. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it has some information here on if you do want to paint, which is pretty cool. This is probably one of the best guides I've seen that comes with a guitar too. One of the kits I bought was just a body and neck. That was the first one I did. I completely destroyed the body on that. The neck was too low in the pocket, and I completely had to like chisel out the body to get the bridge low enough to match with the neck, and I didn't do a very good job of it. But I had only hand tools. I didn't have a router or anything to lower down the body. The second one was from Solo Music Gear. I don't even think Solo Music Gear, I could be wrong, I don't think they had one of these. And that kit was twice as much, if I remember correctly, and my brother did one with me, and it was one of the less expensive ones, but still more than this. And I believe both of ours required soldering as well, but they do have solderless kits from them. But this is just a nice little thing, because again, if you don't know how a guitar works, it's good to learn. And this is pretty cool. Like I said, other than this little lip here and it needing some sanding, I think it's pretty good. So this is going to be a multi-part series. This was part 1. Part 2, we're going to be taking care of finishing the body. We're going to, whatever it needs. So I like the way the body looks, honestly, just as like kind of being the wood that it is. I think I'm just going to sand it down and do like either a satin spray or a rub-on finish. The neck I will also sand down and either do a satin spray or rub-on finish. And that's probably the easiest way to go if you do want to do any finishing work. And I am not very good at finishing, so I think that's the way I want to go. And then once those are ready to go, it's just a matter of, putting it together, which we can do together in another part. So I'll split this up however I need, but yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I try to answer everything I can. If you're interested in lessons or you need help setting up your guitar, you can feel free to book a session with me on my website. Link is also down below. And if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, I will provide a link in my description for an Amazon affiliate link. Even if you don't want to buy one of these and you just click on that link, I will get a small kickback for whatever you do want to buy on Amazon and help support the channel so I can make more content for you guys. So I really appreciate it if you do that. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.